Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Make sure to check out okjersey.com here just for the affordable football shirts. Very good quality. They deliver everywhere in the world. You're going to get 8% discount if you use the code JUDGE in your checkout. Of course, we're going to do giveaways sometime this week. Of course, or next week, we're going to do that. So check them out. And now today we got Igal. How you doing, man? You're right.
I'm doing good, man. Chilling. You know what it is? This is the time of the year where Premier League is going on, NBA is going on, NFL is going on. I'm just so locked into sports. I love it. Even though it's international break, I've been watching so much basketball. And then Sunday, I'm going to watch NFL. It's going to be entertaining, man. I got other things to keep me busy, you know?
Yes, apart from football. But let's start right away, man. To be honest with you, there are a couple of takes that I wanted to actually discuss with you. I watched the TNT with Lescott, Joe Cole, and Hargreaves. And people in the chat, hit that like button.
Nigeria also, yeah.
I didn't watch that, to be honest with you.
Nigeria, the scoreline's flattering. It was a 1-1 game, and then...
Is that semi-final, right? And they have to go, they have to play the final now.
Yeah, Cameroon's out, Gabon's out. It's now Congo and Nigeria to decide who gets the final spot.
Congo and Nigeria?
Yeah.
And Portugal lost and Cristiano got like...
No, but they're still going to qualify. It's just Cristiano Ronaldo's now suspended for World Cup games.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he is. The qualifiers counts towards your suspension for the World Cup. So he's now going to be suspended for 2 World Cup games because it's violent conduct.
Is this the last game they play? I think there is more games.
No, there's one more game, but then
And then he's going to get 3 games.
He has a 3-game match ban.
Yeah. Maybe. That's 2. He's going to be devastated.
Arsenal's women's team also were leading versus Bayern, and then they bottled it.
I don't watch women's football, to be honest with you.
Fair.
But let's start a couple of things. I just want to ask you something. Yesterday, they said that Man City's best is better than Arsenal's best. And I did a video on it. That's what they think. They think that Man City at their best, including the coach, is better than Arsenal's best. They're talking about this season. I'm like, hold on. You take the squad into it. It's kind of strange a little bit that if you take the squad, Arsenal's squad is one of the deepest. So how are Man City's best better than Arsenal's best? I don't know. They think that if Man City play at their best, they will win the Premier League, even if Arsenal at their best.
The thing is, that is assuming that Manchester City will play at their best for a consistent time period, because Man City have not been as consistent last season, and to start the season they were very inconsistent. They're now starting to gain their consistency back and start getting rolling. But why is it that Man City drop points early in the season every year?
Because they're not at their best. But that's the whole point. They say that Man City starts slow because Pep Guardiola, every year he changes the way he plays.
Arteta does the same thing, but he's not allowed that same level of leeway because he's not one. Every year he's changed it.
Last year you didn't.
No, he did.
The only year that you changed is 23-24 when you went on that mad run after that trip to Dubai. That's it.
No, when Jesus came in, it was different from the year prior.
And then he got injured.
The following season, when we started again, Havertz and Declan Rice were in the building, so it was different. Then you go last season. Last season we didn't have the same level of squad.
Yeah, but the difference is, I think, because Pep Guardiola wins if he changes the way he plays.
No. I'm just saying. I think everyone kind of adapts and changes how they play every year. It's just because Manchester City have won 4 out of the last however many, people are always going to say, you know what? If it's between Arsenal and Man City, they're going to lean towards Man City. If it's between Arsenal and Liverpool, they're going to lean towards Liverpool. They're always going to lean towards the proven winner. That's just how it is.
But that is part of it. Like the people say that Man City have the player that have done it before, and I hear that.
Okay. How many of those guys won the league?
Diaz, Stones, Foden, Rodri's gonna be there. Haaland.
To be fair, a large portion, yeah.
There is a big part. Like people say that Donnarumma is a winner. I'm not convinced, to be honest. I'm not convinced.
Didn't you have him in Italy? You should know how he was.
I don't. Donnarumma has improved this season. So if you watch Donnarumma now, he's better than what I thought. Listen, I like Donnarumma. He's adding a lot to the City team. But in the same time, if I'm looking at him, there is a couple of mistakes in him. There's a couple of mistakes. And they have to change the way they play. Like they don't play from the back like before. They don't play from the back like before, to be honest.
They're a little bit more direct.
And people keep saying that if Haaland gets injured, what do you think is going to happen if Haaland doesn't get injured?
I think they're very reliant on a couple players. Number one, Donnarumma, because without Donnarumma, this defensive record that they recently have doesn't exist. Trafford was shown earlier in the season that he's just not ready for that level yet.
But the goalkeeper, you can rely on the goalkeeper for the whole season. That's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Then unless you're Alisson, of course. Unfortunately, Alisson is constantly injured. Who else is there? Obviously, everyone keeps talking about what do you call it? If a thing gets injured. To me, it's not about if he gets injured. It's about if the rest of the team cannot help him. Because really and truly, Erling Haaland can score 50 goals in a season, but will that mean that they're going to win everything? Because he could score all these goals, and if the rest of the team doesn't chip in like they did against Liverpool, you're not going to see the same City.
But are you expecting them to chip in? Because I'm expecting Man City to start scoring goals somewhere else. And it doesn't have to be 20 goals a season. It can be 10, 9 here, like Liverpool last season. Like you don't have to have 5 players scoring 20 plus goals. You can have a 10 here, a 9, an 8, a midfielder that gets a 6, 7. I think that adds. Like
that's true.
Because we won the triple where Erling Haaland scored the majority of the goals.
Don't get me wrong. If Doku can perform the way he did versus Liverpool for a large portion of the season, they can get Marmoush firing again, Foden going back to his levels, and then Cherki and everyone else chipping in here and there. He doesn't need too much. He just needs them to chip in at least a little bit more.
I think it's about Arsenal. It's not about City. I don't think it depends on City.
No, but they need to, in order for them to catch us and overtake us, they need to have a level of consistency where they can go and win every game. Because I do feel like we will not, as much as we will drop points, they will also drop points. They're not a better team than us like they used to be. I feel like we're a lot closer. And what makes us closer is we have a superior defense. I feel like our midfields are even, 100% even. And I feel like their attack is better.
You feel your midfield with Odegaard, Rice and Zubamendi is better than Rodri, Cherki, or Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, Foden.
Because they've won and you have a Ballon d'Or winner, you're always going to say City's midfield is better. And that is fair. But what I'm saying...
I actually don't think so.
But what I'm saying is based on the balance of our midfield and the level of deep, how many players and options we have, I think it is the debate where in the attack and defense, I feel like it's verbatim. There's no debate. I feel like those two areas, you have clear winners. Where in the middle, you can debate.
No, I think City's attack is better than you.
You see, some people will say City, some people say Arsenal.
No, nobody would say Arsenal. Why would I say attack is Arsenal? Why?
No. How? I mean the middle is debatable. The one side is
the middle. You can say that maybe Arsenal are a little bit better. City's attack is better.
100%. I don't disagree there. What I'm saying is, Mo, when it comes to City, Arsenal of past, I would say, you know what? They have a better manager. They have a better attack. They have a better midfield. All we had was the defense. Now, I feel like they still have a better manager. They still have a better attack. But I feel like the midfield and defense were so much better than.
But defense don't win you. To be honest with you, I hear what you're saying. But City's defense is good enough now for them to hold off. Like that. What happened in the beginning of the season when they were leaking goals and all this stuff, that's because James Trafford, Matthias Nunes was not still there. There was no Nico O'Reilly. And now you look at them and you think, yeah, that defense can win them the title without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, how about this? What about where is the bigger gap? When Arsenal's attack's fully fit and ready to go, or City's defense?
But we haven't seen that from Arsenal yet. I haven't seen that's on paper. That's on paper.
Okay, how about this? Atletico Bilbao and in the Champions League versus Atletico Bilbao and Atletico Madrid, Arsenal's attack looked good for like a 6-7 minute spell in both games. We were just dominant. Teams tend to defend us very much like they do against Man City. Man City have an answer, which is Erling Haaland. You know what our answer is? Set pieces. People don't like that our answer to some of these solutions are that we have.
Like I like set pieces.
No, but I'm saying people don't like the fact that our problem solving has led to us using set pieces as our battering ram to score goals.
Yeah, that's an agenda running now.
But some people don't realize that is our way to break down teams with low blocks and teams that set up very well defensively against us. And then from there, we tend to see them open up and we kill them off. Where City, Erling Haaland scores the first goal and then somebody else scores the second and the game's over. So we play different, but guess what? If it leads to the same results at the end of the day, I do think the difference between City and Arsenal will be if of course Arsenal drop off, they will need us to drop off. And number two, they will need to have a level of consistency, which they haven't shown for well over a calendar year.
They haven't. I wanted to ask you something about the squad, because a lot of people are saying the Arsenal squad is the best in the world.
I think that's because of the amount of options we have after
in every position. Yeah.
It's not about the names. It's not about the individual. It's about the quality in replacement. I think we have 2 left backs that would start for majority of teams in the Premier League. We have 2 right backs that would start for majority of teams in the Premier League. I think we have 3 center backs that would start for majority of teams in the Premier League, right? I don't know about goalkeeper. Kepa might not start for most teams, but Ray has quality. The
goalkeeper, you don't need that much depth. Yeah.
The midfield squad depth, Norgard is not rated that high, but he's a good option off the bench.
Bro, Norgard would start for at least 12 teams in the league. Like, Norgard would get into 12, 13 starting 11 in this league.
But I'm just saying, it's not the same as the defense, obviously. Then we go to the attack. I feel like Martinelli, Trossard, Havertz,
Jesus,
and Madueke are all 5 bench options.
Yeah.
The starting front 3 for me is Gyökeres, Saka, and Eze. Eze on the left. That is the front 3. So for me, I do think I'm biased though. I'll be 100% real. I'm biased. I don't know Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. I don't know.
They have nothing. They got nothing. Left back is shit.
I do know, Arsenal have the best defensive squad depth, and Arsenal have really good attacking options, and our midfield is well balanced. So in my eyes, I feel like Arsenal have the best squad depth in the Premier League, and by that sense, in the Champions League have shown they have one of the best squad depths also. Where it's going to get tested has been the first couple of weeks of the season. We have already had
Saka injured,
injuries, and we've dealt with it.
Like, Saka was injured. I think you didn't have a left winger at that time. There was no backup forward, and I thought that was okay. You know what I mean? It was okay.
Saliba got injured.
Yeah, Saliba, Mosquera played. I think Timba benched one game and Ben White played. That's the depth. You know, and I feel like that's what people talk about. Yo, Arteta. Oh, that team was built over years, right? And also, you got to get players' development. What people fail to understand is that, yes, Arteta spent that, but spent that on brand new team. There is not even one player in this Arsenal team that was there when he joined 5 years ago. While if you look at 5 years ago, Pep Guardiola, there's plenty of players that were there 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Plenty, tons. Like, was it Stones there? No, Diaz joined later. Rodri was there. There is players that Foden was there. There is a lot of players. In my opinion, that's when Arteta gets his flowers about the building, how he built the team to be where it is right now. You know what I mean? That is the reality. For me, I'm looking at this league. I actually think that Arsenal should win it and with a difference. The problem for me is gonna be Pep Guardiola's changing the way he plays to actually win games like the 1-0s and the 2-1s. To be honest with you, that is what I'm thinking. But if City win this league against Arsenal with a transition team like this, I think it's massive for City, to be honest. Bro, I wanted to ask about Mikel Arteta since you brought him.
I think City, if they were to win, we would have to massively fall off, to be fair.
So you don't assume that City will actually improve to the point that we'll win a lot of games?
No, we would have to lose or draw. Like, we would have to draw like 6 games for them to win the league, I think. No disrespect to City, but I do think right now, if things were to stay the same, City would still lose more games than we end up dropping points.
Yeah, fair enough. I hear what you're saying, to be honest, but people,
they wouldn't be able to come and take it from us like it was so close versus Aston Villa. We still play them one more game.
Why not?
I know we still play them one more game at their ground.
Yes.
And then it would potentially become 1 point. But overall, I think it's a long season. It's very early. Things change like the weather every single day, like Saka said. And as of right now, Manchester City have how many defeats in the league? 3?
2
defeats.
Villa and Spurs.
No, they have 3.
3?
Yeah, they have 3 defeats in the league and 1 draw. They've already dropped points. They've dropped points in 4 games. I know it's only 4 points.
And you dropped points in 3.
Yeah, I hear that. We drew 2 games. We lost 1.
You know what? I think the Newcastle away game for City is the decider. If they win like you,
it's way too early for that.
No, it's a decider for how people view City. If City go to Newcastle and win, like Arsenal, people started judging Arsenal after the Newcastle game. Genuinely, after the Newcastle game. So I think if City go to Newcastle away, which is the next game, and they win that game, that will be that. People are gonna stop being scared. Like what people were scared of Arsenal, to be honest. Guys, can we get the likes up a little bit, guys? Hit the like button. About Arteta, do you think Arteta is the second best coach in the league? Because I said that and I was called crazy because people said Slot is better than him. Maresca already won trophies.
You know what? The thing is, Maresca's trophies doesn't mean he's a better manager. Same way Arne Slot winning his league title doesn't make him a better manager. When these guys play each other, who gets the better of who? When they play in Europe, who gets the better of who? Who's done it more consistently? It's a subjective decision. At the moment in time, if I say Mikel Arteta is a better manager and I give you my reasons, you can bring me reasons that debunk my statement because he hasn't won the trophies that this manager has. But personally for me, when it comes to setting up a team, when it comes to finding solutions, when it comes to consistently having to problem solve and change things, when it comes to having to deal with being the inferior team, when it comes to having to deal with being the superior team, I find Mikel Arteta has had a broader range of these issues and showed how much of a great manager he is. He's gone away to Real Madrid and done what he's done. He's versus the smaller teams, he's gone battered them. He's consistently shown it. The only thing he lacks is those trophies. And if you're saying without the trophies, we can't rate him as a better manager, then do we still think Jose Mourinho is a better manager than half these other?
I was thinking about this yesterday, and I said that Maurizio Sarri went from Napoli without winning anything to Chelsea because people rated him. Simone Inzaghi, without winning at Lazio, went to Inter without winning majors, and because it was people saw him as a good manager. I think that is what people are missing, to be honest. Is there are coaches that you see, you don't have to win trophies. Like, for example, do I think Arteta is better than Nagelsmann? People say, oh, who do you replace Arteta with? I don't know. There's a lot of
Let me ask you a question. This is a hot take. Hansi Flick this season has been persistent with a high line that is costing him goals left, right, and center. If that was Mikel Arteta, how much stick would he get?
A lot. And that's why I'm talking about.
Hansi Flick
because he has Lamine Yamal and he has Barcelona and blah, blah, blah.
What about your boy that left your club? He's rated higher than Mikel Arteta to the point where Arsenal fans and panel shows are telling me you're an idiot to say you wouldn't take him. But I look back at what happens. People criticize Arteta for bottling trophies. Last year, your former manager bottled 4 trophies, two of them he lost to a City rival.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm telling you, Inzaghi is a good coach, but he also is a bottle job. He literally bottled the trophies. He won 1 league title. Imagine this. If Pep Guardiola win 1 league title in 4 years, having the best team in the country, people would not stop talking about it. Simone Inzaghi had the best team in Italy for 4 years, won 1 league title. I like him. He's a good coach, right? But I genuinely think he lacks the preparation for the games. It showed in the PSG game. It showed in the Cup. There's a lot of times when I'm watching Inter. Yes, we play good football under him. We set up well against some teams. But in the same time, if you're asking me, I'm like, bro, you bottled the league title. For Mikel Arteta, what people fail to understand is that I think it was very tough for him to win the league, yes. Because he, at no point, you sat down and he said, yep, I see this Arsenal team are the best team in the league. In Italy, yes. Hansi Flick with Barcelona, he has Lamine Yamal. At Bayern Munich, Hansi Flick, they're the best team in Europe at that time. You never look at Arsenal now, which is what people fail to understand.
Until now.
Whose fault is that? Forget this season. Whose fault is that over the last years? It might be Mikel Arteta. It might be the board. It might be Edo. It might be whoever. You know what I mean? But you never look at Arsenal and say, that team that finished 5th and the top 4 was snatched from them by Conte at Spurs. Next season, people said Arsenal finished 6th, 7th. He challenged for the league, right? Isn't that a good coach? Does he have to win trophies? No doubt, 100%. You know what I mean? That is, nobody's arguing otherwise. But for the people that sit here and tell me that Arteta is not a good coach, you're deluded. I think you just want to banter. Because you're watching this guy. Imagine if I said it yet last season. If Arne Slot, who won the league last season, went to Arsenal under the same circumstances, and I told that to Hussam, and Mikel Arteta was managing Liverpool with the same as luck, as Arne Slot said himself, luck with injuries, that they didn't have any injuries, right? Who would have won the league? And for people that tell me that Arne Slot would have taken this Arsenal team and won the league with Odegaard injured, Havertz injured, Saka injured, lack of forward line. I don't think so.
But
I don't think so.
Mo,
but people don't want to hear it, bro. People don't want to hear it. I promise
there is an agenda, unfortunately, and the agenda is.
I disagree with you. It is not an agenda. I think people see the trophy thing and the bottle, and then they're like, "Oh no."
There's a stigma that Arsenal are incapable of winning because we haven't won for 20 years. Same way Tottenham are incapable of winning something until they won the Conference League recently. Everyone's just going to continue to push that narrative that you're incapable of winning. And even though we look good to start the season, you see how quick they flip-flop. Liverpool win 5 games in a row. Oh, they're going to walk the league. Arsenal come top, overtake Liverpool. Arsenal's going to walk the league. Man City beat Liverpool. Man City is going to overtake Liverpool. I mean Arsenal. To me, I'm just going to sit back and look at some of these narratives, and I'm going to say to myself, I think this team is the best team. I think Mikel Arteta is the second best manager. We now have to go and show it for people to finally believe it. Because for me, I didn't need to see Harry Kane win trophies at Bayern Munich to know that he's one of the best strikers in the world. But for some people, they needed to see him win trophies and get a team over a line for them to say he's in that conversation. Now, comfortably, people are saying he's in the Mbappe, Haaland conversation. But until he won those trophies, some people were not saying it. So I get the criticism, but to me, you don't need to sit here and say, oh, he's this and that because he hasn't won. I can tell you right now, he's a better manager than Unai Emery, because Unai Emery has used the same tactics for the last 5 years in management, and he's not changed once. Mikel Arteta has adopted different ways of play, different identities, and has constantly had to play with different types of forwards, different types of midfielders, and consistently performed. I don't think people understand how difficult that is to consistently do this, even at one club specifically, because some managers constantly change clubs because they're incapable of keeping this team stable for that long because they don't know how to reinvent themselves. Mikel Arteta, this is his first job in management. His first job. You don't realize this is his first job. Some of these guys you're comparing him to have managed for years. Some of these guys started managing years before when he was still a player, and we're comparing him to Pep, we're comparing him to Klopp, we're comparing him
but that's not, but I'm sorry, but that is not the okay, to be honest with you, that's not the fans' problem. Fans don't look at it like this. Like when Inter hired Christian Kivu for Inter now, I wouldn't sit down and say, yeah, because it's his manager, he gets that many years. No, he doesn't. As big clubs don't wait, Igal. Big clubs don't wait. That's my opinion as well. Like, it is not my fault that my board decided to hire Christian Kivu. That is not why am I as a fan need to wait for him unless you are telling me that the only reason you would wait for that is that if he goes and builds a dynasty. And what I mean by a dynasty is dominating. Not win one Premier League here and then wait 2-3 years and win another Premier League and not win the Champions League and reach a final. The only if I'm convinced that Christian Kivu, I will wait 3-4 years without him winning anything, but he will build me a dynasty like Pep Guardiola built at City, I'm willing to wait. Are you gonna bet? Do you sit down here and tell people, I believe that Mikel Arteta will build us a dynasty to a point that we will dominate? That's the only reason
I believe Arsenal are in a position to potentially dominate, and Mikel Arteta is the right man for the job, because I've seen him outclass individuals that are some of the greatest managers of this planet. Like, they've been some of the best ever. Carlo Ancelotti, to outclass him the way that he did over 2 legs with inferior players. Let's be 100% real. The Arsenal team had inferior players who have not won league titles, players who are not considered some of the best in the sport, players who are not considered some of the best internationally, players who have not been nominated for Ballon d'Ors, and he went there and he did what he did.
There is someone that wants to debate you, that wants to actually talk about this. Rams wants to join.
Let him join. At the end of the day, there's going to be this is always going to cause some debate, but there's the main crux of everyone's debate is, well, you have to win. And I'm going to say to you, well, if you take away the trophies and you look at the management's ability to do certain things,
but there are a lot of good coaches in the history of the sport. And my argument for this is there's a lot of good coaches and good managers, but at the end they need to
okay, let's go back to the time thing. You said something important, time. Bayern Munich, there's no time because they're the best team in the league. Real Madrid, Barcelona, there's not as much time because they have the resources to win right away. When we're in the Premier League and you're looking at Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United having to rebuild and try to catch up to a City and Liverpool over the last decade. Yes, City.
So this season, you believe this is it? So what you're telling me is that you waited.
I just want to get back to the time point. The reason why Arsenal needed time with Arteta is very evident. We had to redo everything from the beginning, from training ground methods to instilling a mentality to making sure you had everyone in the building knowing how we're going to defend, how we're going to attack from the youth academy upwards. And I feel like over this time, what we've been able to do from the academy,
6 years,
we unfortunately needed this time because we did not have the defense, we did not have the attack, we did not have the midfield. Every single player in this team, besides Bukayo Saka, was pretty much brought in or played their first level of football with Mikel Arteta. How many players in this team that are in this team still that are starting on a week-to-week basis are not an Arteta player? It's only Bukayo Saka who played under Emery.
And then when what's the end goal here? Is that for him to win this season?
Where we are now. We are considered
this is it. You believe this is the end goal?
Yeah, this is the end goal. You've now built a team where everyone can see you're good enough to win. And now if you don't win with the team that's not good enough to win, now it's you.
But it was said last season as well. Like I think the same was said last season.
No, the difference was last season, the reason why he was given a pass was because of the unprecedented amount of injuries due to the lack of squad depth.
So what if the injuries happen this season?
Because we have squad depth, we've been able to manage and deal with it. And we should continue to be able to deal with it. It should not get to a point.
He has to dominate.
It should not get to a point. It should not get to a point where everybody in the team's out injured again, because you have to be able to manage now that you have a squad that is good enough. You have Havertz, you have Jesus, you have Gyökeres, you have Saka, Dauman, and Madueke. You have Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, Odegaard. All these guys you have. There is no way you can sit here with a straight face and say, "Oh, 7 players got injured again. It's not my fault."
So why can you win an FA Cup or Champions League?
I don't care about the FA Cup. Champions League, Ram, with all due respect, are you going to sit here and tell me that Arsenal should win a Champions League?
Ram, well, if they've got the best team.
Guys, we're not interrupting each other. I just want to ask you something. How are you saying this? If Arsenal have never won the Champions League, never went to a Champions League with even being second or third or fourth favorites, in the last 6, 7, 9 years, 10 years, Arsenal have never been to a Champions League season where I'm sitting here and saying, yep, Arsenal are favorites. City have done it. Liverpool, you went to the Champions League favorite or second favorite. It's like equal with Salah, Mane, Firmino. Right?
One time.
Man City
couple times on the top.
Exactly that. And you reached the 3 finals. So you did your job.
But we also did it when we're not favorites.
Yeah, but you cannot tell me
PSG never won it PSG never won a Champions League before last season.
And last season they were great.
And so were Arsenal.
And they reached the final.
But the way
and they reached the finals, right?
Well,
like for me, you're saying Arteta must win the Champions League. Arteta should win the Champions League. No.
Arteta must win a Champions League or a Premier League. Like, I get your point.
But no one is saying otherwise. I don't think anybody on this show have said otherwise.
These are the expectations that Arsenal fans should put on the manager, because if they're going to tell us that he's top 5, he's got one of the best squads in the world, you've got to put these expectations on them. You can't be seeking validation and then not put any.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
Yeah, I'll let you answer.
First of all, we're having a grown-up conversation, no disrespect, but I feel like immediately you've come into and made a childish conversation. Nobody has ever said we are avoiding pressure on the manager. I think even Martin in the chat, who's very positive, just like myself, would say Arsenal have to start winning things. The players themselves, I have a quote from Declan Rice, who recently said himself, we have to start winning trophies, major honors. Nobody is sitting here saying we are trying to negate not winning.
Yeah, but forget last season. Why are you talking about this season?
Because this season doesn't change anything, bro. This season doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. I still expect Arsenal.
Okay, not okay. How?
I still
This season
expect Arsenal
changes
to win.
everything. Yeah, but this season changes everything because we're sitting here now. People pick Arsenal to actually be favorites to win the league. That
Because
is what
of the
is going
quality
on.
of the team.
No. Can I ask you a question, Ram?
So
Are you incapable of having an honest conversation when it's Arsenal? Because when it's Liverpool, I see you sit there and you find a way to not be like Slot has to go or Slot has to stay. It becomes a conversation where when it's Arsenal, it's you have to win, you have to win. Listen, people can put pressure on a manager and still see that he's a great manager. I think Mikel Arteta is a great manager, even though he hasn't won the trophies.
He's a good manager.
You don't have to agree with me. But one thing we cannot disagree on is that he has been able to do something that a lot of other teams in this league who have the same level of investment have not been capable of doing. Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester City, and what do you call it? Tottenham
United,
have invested
Chelsea.
a lot of money. Just those two specifically, because they have also been on long trophy droughts in the league. They have also invested large amounts of money, thrown it at many different managers who are even more highly rated than Arteta and have been incapable of building a team as good as our team that is prepared to compete for both the league and the Champions League. The reason why I didn't mention Chelsea, they have recently been able to compete for both, where neither Manchester United or Tottenham, who have invested just as much money as we have over the last couple of decades, have not been able to get to this level. And it does take a special manager to instill this culture, to set up a team with this kind of squad depth, and also to recruit the right kind of mentality and players. It doesn't just happen out of nowhere. And the reason why I expect better from Liverpool fans, you guys had Klopp. You've seen what Klopp was able to do in such a short time.
No. This is where I rebutted that, because Klopp
I'm not comparing Arteta to Klopp.
No.
I'm comparing the situations.
No, because this is where we have a problem, because Klopp had a history of rebuilding teams and taking them to the next level. And Mo said my point for me. That's not my problem. I'm sorry. If you're gonna compare him with the rest of the managers in the world,
nobody said it's your problem.
Nobody's saying it's a problem. This is once again childish rhetoric. Let's keep it on the point.
No, because if you're going to compare him to the best who have a history of winning,
but nobody. Okay, stop. But nobody did. Nobody did.
Well, Mo, are you saying that?
Hold on. I'm going to ask you questions. Do you think any Arsenal fans say that Arteta is the same level as Klopp? Which Arsenal fan you have seen that said that?
They say top 5 in the world.
No. Forget top 5. Top 5 in the world today, right? Number 1, Jurgen Klopp doesn't manage. Ancelotti is managing national team. There is Pep Guardiola. Nagelsmann is managing Germany and failing. Simone Inzaghi, I'm just giving you the name. Simone Inzaghi is managing in Saudi Arabia. Zidane haven't managed since like 2020 or something like this, 2021, right? Luis Enrique, maybe I'll give you that, manages PSG. Pep Guardiola manages Man City. Arne Slot is right there. And Xabi Alonso. Okay, so let me tell you. I can tell you, you cannot tell me 5 names that are currently managing clubs that probably you say they are levels above Arteta, that you won't have Arteta in the conversation. The only managers, in my opinion, that are in no conversation with Arteta currently in terms of managers, for me, is maybe Pep Guardiola, number 1, that's for sure. Luis Enrique, second, because he won the Champions League, right? And because he won a triple with Barcelona. You talking about Xabi Alonso, fantastic manager, everything. With Real Madrid is good, right? They got
Leverkusen was amazing.
They are okay, great. By the way, they got schooled by you, Xabi Alonso. One of the worst Liverpool performances we have seen over the last 6 games got revived by Real Madrid, right? And then we saw the level next game. Simone Inzaghi, for example, we saw Simone Inzaghi, right? Arteta would not lose the final with a team like Inter against PSG 5-0, right? He wouldn't, like, if you look at Inzaghi had the Pep Guardiola team in Italy, 1-1 league Tottenham 4. Xavi Hernandez, nobody is asking about Xavi Hernandez today.
Look at my man's comment.
Here is the problem that people don't understand when we talk about Mikel Arteta. The trophies are not there to back this. True. Right?
1 second.
I'm going to say that next thing. Vincent Company went up to the Premier League, got relegated, and got the Bayern job where he had all the resources to actually win the league. Do you think that if Arteta was managing Bayern Munich last season, Arteta would have won the Bundesliga? It's a yes or no question.
Argument.
No, it's a yes or no question.
I have a better
yes
point.
Or no question.
That's not my argument.
Arsenal told Bayern Munich, you cannot approach Arteta for the job. He's not available. Their first choice.
Ram, the problem is you get emotional. People get emotional.
That's not
I know what's going on.
I know.
No, it is. I know what happens, Ram. People get emotional when people say Arteta's this. I know that. Bro, I know. People get in their feelings. You know what I mean? Arteta. You know what it is? It's the same as when Man City fans, when I sit on shows and when somebody sit on shows and say Pep ruins football, they get in their feelings right away. They don't want to hear the argument. They're like, how dare you say this? Yeah, it's part of a conversation. It's not a dig at Pep, for example. He ruined football because it's the entertainment, but he changed football. Arteta, for example, as a coach, if I'm looking at Mikel Arteta, I believe if Mikel Arteta managed Inter, and I promise you this, Ram, if Mikel Arteta took over Inter, we might have won more league titles than what Simone Inzaghi did. And I'm fully convinced about that. That's the reason why. Because you watch fucking Mikel Arteta coach Arsenal, and you think the guy that took them from 5th to challenge, right? The guy that kept Arsenal consistent, the guy that kept Arsenal 2nd with no striker last season is not a bad coach. Is not a bad coach. It is impossible for me to sit here and say that. It's impossible.
But Mo, this is why I question you, right?
Yes, question me.
Did we have the same? Because what I at this moment in time, I will compare what Arteta's doing right now to what Pochettino did for.
This is not even a secret. That's what people don't understand. It is not a secret. I like Mikel Arteta, like some people like Pep Guardiola and like Jurgen Klopp. What is so?
The reason
it is not a secret.
The reason why I believe you're conflating my argument is one. I don't think Arteta's a bad manager or a horrible manager like what many people say. I think he's a good manager. But when we're having the conversations of the best in the world, and then Arsenal fans come out here and say, but it's his first job. I'm sorry. This is what constitutes being the best in the world, because you've proven it through years and years as a manager. You use the Hansi Flick example. Egal, I'm sorry, there is no conversation between those two.
Okay.
It's gonna be wild. Guys, big up everyone that joined us on Football Terrace, guys. Can we get the likes up a little bit? Hit that like.
Let me just say this.
I swear to God, I'm gonna say a take that people would think. I know people will get clipped and I'll be labeled. If you're asking me tomorrow, who would you rather take as a coach, right? I would take Arteta over Hansi Flick.
And that's your opinion.
I don't disagree.
Is it because of the high line? Is it because of the high line stuff? He never played a suicidal high line with Bayern Munich.
Exactly. But I believe that Hansi Flick now, that's okay. But I don't care about his time at Bayern. I'm looking at Hansi Flick today. By the way, for example,
but hold
on. I'm sorry. This is very strange. I would take Mourinho over Arteta any day of the week. But I will take Mourinho of 2010. I wouldn't take Mourinho today. So when I am saying I would take Arteta over Hansi Flick, this version of Hansi Flick that we're watching today, I wouldn't take this version. I would take the Bayern version where he was more fucking balanced, but I wouldn't take someone today that plays a high line with the Inter when I have the tools that I have. I don't have a Lamine Yamal. I have a Cherby at the back. I don't have quick defenders. But I know that Arteta would utilize the team that Inter has now and will be more resolute. Right?
How would you know that? Because maybe the way I see it, with Hansi,
I didn't do a maybe.
But Arteta's an if buts or maybe as well.
No. Hold on. Sorry, Igal. I know that it's your show, Igal, but hold on, Ram. I didn't say one maybe in this. I didn't say maybe Hansi Flick will adapt. I said, based on what I see, right? Hansi Flick implementing this style at Inter would lead into a disaster. Arteta implementing the current style of Arsenal to Inter, I think will thrive. No maybe, no ifs, no buts.
I'll use what you said based on what I see. And
comparing
the defense to the Barcelona defense to the Bayern Munich defense of that time. The Barcelona defense is a lot more physically dominant compared to that Bayern Munich defense, in the sense of they're a lot faster, they're a lot stronger, and they're a lot bigger. Heck, he had Jerome Boateng and David Alaba at centre back.
You know,
And you're telling me that he's going to play out a suicidal high line with them.
Let me take your own words. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. He's tactically costing his team goals. He's tactically costing his team goals by consistently playing a line, which we've seen in the last game. Club Brugge scored 3 past him. I don't think Arsenal concedes 2 shots versus Club Brugge right now. No disrespect, but let's bring it back to my main point.
Do you score 4 goals against Club Brugge though?
They literally scored 4 against Atletico.
Oh, really? We're gonna do the
1 second.
Okay,
to
fine.
me,
because I could say Barcelona kept the clean sheet a couple games ago. You know what I mean?
To me, what you guys are gonna realize, you guys are gonna realize a lot in these next 3 games, because we got Tottenham, we got Bayern, and we got Chelsea. And the reason why you're gonna realize that is because these next 3 games, we're gonna have teams who are gonna have the confidence to open up and play football. And if you open up and play football, especially at the Emirates, you will get punished.
Can I tell you something, Ram? Can I tell you something, Ram? I'm going to tell you something, Ram, for real. Barcelona are bottom half of the table in XG conceded in La Liga. Do you understand Barcelona's Barcelona, right? They are bottom half in XG conceded. That's because of Hansi Flick. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. With the right tools, Hansi Flick would win you a lot of titles. For example, Konate last season, Van Dijk, Prime Robertson, right? Hansi Flick for Liverpool, high line, fantastic because of the IQ and everything. With them, but nobody in the world have these players at their disposal. We're talking about normal teams. But by the way, him playing a high line with Man City, current team, he might struggle a lot in the league. Wide open, he would concede a lot of goals. He might not be second in the league. But I want to move on from Hansi Flick, for example. Give me another manager. I'm going to give you another manager.
Forget about other managers.
Oh, no, forget fucking Hansi Flick. I'm going to give you now the argument, okay? I'm going to give you an argument. I want people in the chat to actually argue. This is me and Hossam argue this every time.
Mo, can I say one thing?
Today, go ahead. Before I ask the next question, because this is it.
When your peers and other professionals speak about you in a certain way, you have to realize.
I'm sorry, they did the same thing about Pochettino. Then I guarantee you, every Arsenal fan did not give a damn about Poch.
You're comparing him to a man who has been managing when Arteta was still at PSG.
Very good conversation. I like this.
Sorry, at Everton. He was managing when Arteta was still at Everton, bro. We're talking about Arteta, who's in his 6th season in management. Yes, he hasn't won trophies yet. Yes, he hasn't gotten over the line yet. But because of that, we're almost constantly trying to belittle everything that he has been able to do up until this point. He has, in his 6 years of management, has been able to show a level of competence that takes some managers 10 years of grafting to get to this level.
By the way, Gal, just to correct you, in his 6th year of management as Mauricio Pochettino as manager, he was in his second season for Tottenham Hotspur.
No, I'm talking about stop. You missed my point. This is why we argue over semantics that you don't listen. Listen to what I said. I said Arteta was still at Everton when he started managing. When he started managing.
That doesn't matter, because if you're still using, you have to use the same argument, your premise as for Pochettino. Pochettino, 6 years into his management, was managing Tottenham.
Okay,
what are we doing here?
By the way, boss man, not allowed. So you're gonna get out of here.
What do you say?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I was watching a video yesterday about the one fan versus one. I'm just going to ask a question, and we need time. That statement is, who's better, Slot or Mikel Arteta? No interruptions. What do you think, Igal, first?
I'll tell you this. I think Arteta is able to problem solve and find better solutions than Arne Slot is. Arne Slot won the league, fair play. He gets a lot of credit for winning the league, but I don't feel like he's had as much challenging moments, and he did not have too many issues that he needs to deal with in that league title campaign. A lot went for them in favor for Liverpool, and he had a team that was already well constructed. And he came in, he sprinkled a little bit of his magic dust, improved one player to another level, which was Gravenberch.
You're going to have your argument, Ram. Just let him finish.
He improved Gravenberch to another level. and fair play to Arne Slot. I think he's a great manager. And at this moment in time, if I were to say who's the better manager between Arteta and Arne Slot, you could make the case that Arne Slot's better because he won the league in his first season with Liverpool, and he's had a longer time in management, and he's done stuff with Feyenoord. The reason why I would say Arteta is a better manager is because I don't think Arteta would be going through the same struggles that Arne Slot's going through right now, having to acclimatize new players. For example, this season, he took 8 new signings, made them work like clockwork. He had guys like Kai Havertz who were struggling, and by the end of the season had him firing to a level where he was one of the better goal scoring options in our team. We've seen him take Declan Rice from West Ham, bring him in for 100 million and immediately make him click. We've seen him transform players like Granit Xhaka into world beaters, and I'm not going to lie to you, I currently do not see Arne Slot doing those kind of things with this Liverpool team. I need to see him do that before I can say, you know what, he's 100% better than Arteta. I think they're in the same bracket. What makes him better in other people's eyes is his CV.
Ram, your point.
I think personally for me, if I was going to take a manager that if I was to play, I think Arteta as a man manager, if you talk about just man management in itself, I think he's the better manager, personally, because of what I've heard from the Liverpool Football Club about what's happened with certain players under Slot. But if you're talking about the best versions of each other, the only reason why Arne Slot is in a bad rut is because his arrogance is taking over from his actual brain.
But that's part of analyzing a manager.
That's it. Of course.
So you're basically saying Arteta's better.
Let him finish. He hasn't said that yet. You're putting words in his mouth. He hasn't said that yet.
But as a tactician and you talk about getting the best out of players, you're telling me about Granit Xhaka when Gravenberch last season was ridiculed by some areas of the Liverpool fan base, wasn't seen as good enough to start for Liverpool or even to play for Liverpool by many Liverpool fans, come in, rechange what he did as a DM, and got him play him to at a world-class level. Because let's be honest, being called one of the best DMs in the Premier League, it is a world-class level. And you're telling me about getting the best out of certain players, right? You talk about Mikel Arteta bringing young players. And I'm going to use what Slot done in the Netherlands, right? Because not many people knew about this. A lot of the Dutch players that he had from the days at Alkmaar, the days at Feyenoord, he turned those young players into fully fledged internationals.
I'm going to discuss this German chicken wing after you finish. I actually think this is very true. I actually think part of the man management is actually managing in tough situations in terms of like how you manage the end of the season and this stuff. I think Arteta hasn't yet shown us that he can manage at the end of the season like this, right? But for me,
neither has Arne Slot.
He did. He
didn't have any pressure on him last year. They ran away with it.
And
did Liverpool
that's a fair argument. That's a fair argument.
They didn't have any horse in the race. They ran away with it.
It's kind of a fair argument.
No, but I mean, I remember.
I have a good. But even Arteta, you were 7 points ahead of City, if I'm not mistaken, by February, and you couldn't run with it, right?
Yeah.
But Liverpool were able to see it out, regardless of what we say.
And by the way,
hold on. For a reason, maybe the Arsenal gave up, or maybe even it was easier. But that's not the point. The point is, at the end, some games you're 2-0 up, 3-0 up. It's part of the job is to see the game out. We say that all of us play football. To see the game out is part of the bottle, the good man management, how to talk to the players. So Arteta wasn't able to see
people still talk about title race in February when we after Aston Villa, people are still taking the title race back on.
There's a difference in pressure when you have a comfortable lead and your opponent is wounded to when you have a fully fit opponent firing on all cylinders, going toe to toe. And I do think
when you had your people back, you were still
very fair argument.
I do think we have to admit that Liverpool winning the league last year, they did not have as much pressure as City overtaking Arsenal or overtaking Liverpool when they won 100 points. It's just different levels.
Well, we lost our best goalkeeper.
So
everyone talks about how great.
Goalkeepers and injuries. That's irrelevant right now.
No, but this is more. point when he said, "Yeah, I had no striker. We didn't have our best goalkeeper. We didn't have the."
Let me do.
I'm not talking about this season. You're already getting defensive.
I'm talking about Mo's point. Mo said you didn't have a striker.
I don't know what Mo specifically speaking about, but I'm talking about the pressure in a title-winning season when you're running away with it, compared to the pressure when you're toe-to-toe when you have a close race. I think a
toe-to-toe with City
race, that shows more pressure, and I do think Arsenal have not shown it. But in the same breath, I don't think Liverpool and Arne Slot last season had the same level of pressure.
I can actually answer this question. I can actually ask the question in a better way, very better way. I guarantee you, if Arteta ever decides to leave Arsenal, a lot of big clubs will take him in a heartbeat. Premier League is difficult league to win. I agree with this, Alberto.
100%.
And I said that. I agree with it.
But then would you, in your opinion, Mo, would you say the same for Arne Slot? Because if you think he's not better, then yeah, you shouldn't be.
I'm gonna tell you. If Arne Slot turn it around and maybe challenge or finish like 6-7 points behind Arsenal or City, whoever is gonna win the league, I actually think because of the investment that was given to him and how you started the season, people will have doubts over him taking over another team. I think so. I think Arteta, if you ask people today, right? I think a lot of clubs would take Mikel Arteta as their manager. I think Barcelona, as Real Madrid, maybe Arne Slot as well, but I think they will take him. Inter, Juventus, Milan. I think Bayern Munich might take him as well. Like
I feel as though Juventus, Inter, or Milan would take Arne Slot as well.
We would. I think we would take Arne Slot. But if you ask me today, who are you taking tomorrow? I would.
Barcelona, PSG, and Bayern have already approached him throughout his tenure at Arsenal. Just letting you know.
I don't know.
PSG, no, what PSG approached Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
When they were looking at Enrique the entire time. Luis Campos wanted Enrique. Luis Enrique pushed for. Sorry,
Barcelona.
Campos wanted to push for
Barcelona, PSG, and Bayern have all been rumored to be in contact or trying to speak to Mikel Arteta while he's been in the
I'm trying to validate your source.
Bro, this is very.
PSG wanted.
This is very like it's a joke, and I say it a lot, which is dead banter. We're talking about managers.
I'm trying to. I know, but I'm trying to.
I'm talking about the comment.
The PSG one. I'm a little bit skeptical because Campos was wanted Enrique. Like Enrique, it was Enrique or bust for them. That's why I've heard.
I like Luis Enrique. He's a good coach. Very good.
No, I'm just saying Campos was like, we need him. This is our guy. Otherwise, we're not going to win anything. Well, win a treble or win the champs. So
I think when people say replace Mikel Arteta now at Arsenal, the only name they can come up with, the only name, I swear to God, is Luis Enrique.
You know,
the only reasonable name. Any other name would be not reasonable.
Bro, I'm going to have to go. But one thing I will tell you, Mo, I love when we have conversations about things like this because I do think Mikel Arteta
is a very good manager.
And the Arsenal players are so much propped up by my fan base that they become overrated in other people's eyes, but they're so disrespected by other people that they also become underrated at the same time. So the honest truth
and then you got the happy medium, which is
the honest truth is Mikel Arteta has not yet proven it to everybody, but he's nowhere near as low as speaking about comparing him to Unai Emery. So that's all I gotta say.
Wait, have I ever did that? Have I ever did that?
Not you, but there are some people saying
still have he's not the second best Spanish manager in the league conversation. Like
he is the second best manager in it. Oh, not the No, but that's the thing.
He is the second. He is
the second best. But that's the thing. You have to have a happy medium because whenever I feel as though with Arsenal, when it comes to Arsenal in general, there's always extremes. There's always going to be Arteta's shit. The players are shit. Arteta's amazing. Best in the world. Play the best squad in Europe. I'm like, there has to be a happy medium where we can have some discourse. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna rule out Liverpool from the title race yet. What I will say is I think they're incapable of getting the level of consistency needed. So that's the only reason why I would maybe say they're not gonna all of a sudden click into gear after losing that many games. So maybe you should rule them out
unless something drastically changes.
Maybe you should rule them out. But what I will not rule them out for is the Champions League. As for Chelsea, I think Chelsea are a better league team than Liverpool, and I think Chelsea, if fit, would currently be in a better position.
Okay, we're gonna discuss this after he leaves.
I think if Chelsea was fit, they would definitely be challenging if they had a good goalkeeper and a centre back. But they're still too short. They're too short 2 positions in my eyes. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I gotta go.
Yeah, see you,
Yeah.
girl. You disagree with like that Chelsea? I actually don't think so. Guys, hit that like button. We got over 400 people in that. People, hit that like button in the chat, people. I think that is crazy to say that Chelsea are a better team than Liverpool now. I think that is
in the league.
Nuts. That is nuts. Well, not even the Champions League. This Club World Cup thing and the Conference League doesn't prove that Chelsea. If you were to put, okay, hold on, people in the chat, I need one name only. If you were to put money now, if there is only 2 choices to choose from, Chelsea or Liverpool, to win the Champions League, who would you pick?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, of course. Is that crazy?
But the thing is, to say that Chelsea, I think even that statement is just so incredibly wild.
God. Bro, it's wild.
Like
Chelsea.
It's like the complete opposite. If I was gonna say like as a cup team, I was like, I can hear it, but I still disagree with it. But league, bro, there's a reason why you don't win anything with kids. You never win anything with kids.
But they don't have kids. Why do you say kids?
They're kids, bro. They're like they're inexperienced. They don't have any like proper experience who've been through the tough moments, the tough league run-ins and everything like that. The only closest player they have to that is probably who? Palmer for Man City?
It's Estevão. They say Estevão. As a catalyst for them, they say Estevão. They do like Estevão.
They have the Chelsea team are incredibly talented. However, the one thing that they lack is consistency. Consistency is the biggest thing. And when you need to win a league title, you need to be consistent.
That consistency, actually, I don't think it's come from the player. I think it's come from the manager. Pep leaves City and Arteta replaces him. Man City go on another dynasty. Then the same rival slagging him off will be saying Arsenal are stupid. You cannot win. Okay, and Deal, I'm sorry with you. Did you want Arteta to go to Man City? I don't think. I'm not sure if he goes on a dynasty or not.
I think the best Arteta you'll see is probably if he does get sacked by Arsenal, he doesn't win anything in the Premier League, he needs to go abroad. Because I think just like the narrative behind him will be so strong that I don't think he works out in the Prem anymore. I think when he goes abroad and wins stuff with like Inter or Milan or Juventus. If it's Juventus, then yeah.
You know what? I think about Arteta, and I think Arteta is lacks superstars.
I disagree.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Arteta doesn't have an Mbappe, a Harry Kane, a Haaland, a Salah. Do you know what I mean by superstars? He doesn't have these superstars. Yamal, like, do you know what? People don't misunderstand. Arsenal team don't have superstars. You know what I mean? What I mean by superstar is a guy that Arteta would lean on to win him and the game individually by himself consistently. Harry Kane, I want you to imagine if Arsenal bid the 60 million, if this season, Harry Kane next season is allowed to leave Bayern Munich for 60 million euros. That's a release clause. Imagine if that release clause was this season and Arsenal spend 60 million and get Harry Kane. And the front line, instead of Eucharist, who's 65 million or 60 million, is a Harry Kane. That's for 2 years or 1 year. Imagine that. That's what it is. But that's what I mean. I mean that the problem, I think one of the reasons with Arsenal's recruitment is they get players that will, apart from Eucharist, they get players to even revive their career. You know what I mean? Or build them up to be like Saliba was good in France, but look at how they built him up. Gabriel. Timber was good at Ajax, but look at Timber now. Ben White. You know what I mean? Declan Rice was great at West Ham, but he wasn't a superstar. He wasn't spoken about as one of the best midfielders in the world. Look at him now. But Arsenal, the problem with them is that they wouldn't get this version of Rice. If this version of Rice, for example, this version of Rice was playing for Borussia Dortmund, they wouldn't go and get this version of Rice. You would get the older version of Rice. Saka's built. And that is my problem. is that I think the recruitment need to hire a superstar. Fucking go spend the money and have it. Like, for example, Isak is a superstar. He's not showing it at Liverpool. But that is my point.
But you do make superstars though. Because Klopp, when he bought the Salahs, the Van Dijks, the Manes, they were made superstars by him.
Yes, Klopp is different. For someone, Klopp, by the way, Klopp, not only that, Klopp made Lewandowski, Royce, Götze, Gundogan.
Hummels, yeah.
Yeah, like Klopp had a history before Mikel Arteta of making players one of the best in the world. Like Royce was talking about one of the best in the world, Lewandowski. And these guys are at Dortmund. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's by choice though?
I don't know.
Because
that is that nobody's answering us this. You know,
I'll give you a great example. Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. Eto'o was got rid of. Ronaldinho he got rid of. And he was like, I am going to make superstars.
Why are you talking about superstars? I don't want to talk. They have the get out of jail card. I'm not talking about superstars. The get out of jail card is there. Everything is different for your team. I'm not talking about Barcelona. Bayern,
certain people
he had superstars.
But certain people don't like to have quote unquote superstars in the team unless they.
But I think Arteta's lacking one superstar, just one superstar.
Would you not count Saliba or Gabriel? One of them as superstars.
No, in the forward line. In the forward
Come
line.
on, man. You can't be changing the narrative. You said no superstars, but then I say Gabriel Saliba.
No, in the front line. Because Arsenal's problem mainly, I think, is going forward. I think they need a superstar.
No.
They need to be honest, they need like a Lewandowski, a Harry Kane. They even needed maybe Alexander Isak. There is a reason why all the Arsenal fans wanted Isak.
But wasn't Gyökeres meant to be that? They keep going on about 100 goals in 2 calendar years or 175 goals in 2 calendar years. Gyökeres.
But you know, okay, we're not going to be disingenuous. He's not a superstar.
But that's what we that's maybe the club may have saw him as that though. Could that even be a possibility that the likes of Berta and Arteta were like,
see that they're on to you. All my examples were forward, yet you say Saliba and Gabriel. See, all my examples I didn't need to tell you.
I also mentioned Hummels as well. I said Hummels was a superstar for Klopp.
Yeah, but for me, like, I think that they need an Mbappe, a Vinny, like a Lewandowski. I don't know if Ulis is one, but I think that player, a Haaland, you know what I mean by this.
What about the City team, the forward line? I'm talking when we played them at our best. The Sterling, Mahrez, and
number one, Mahrez is a fucking superstar.
What do you call it? I think Saka and Mahrez they're the same like stardom level.
La.
Mahrez is a technically better footballer than
Mahrez
Saka.
and Bukayo Saka.
But Saka's a much more functional.
Now, see,
outputs, man.
Hold on. Do you think Saka's stealing is to do what Mahrez did for Leicester? I think it's one of the things that I don't think anybody can do at all.
Not even Mo Salah.
Mo Salah did it last season already.
Oh, please don't do this, Mo. Please don't do this.
Salah did it. Hold on. Salah did it. Salah did it in his first season at Liverpool. He scored 32 goals, Roski. He didn't win the league. Are you guys seriously thinking that Mahrez and Saka are? Bro, I think they're not even in the same level.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh.
Mahrez is the superstar. No. I don't think even Arsenal fans would agree with you.
By that,
anybody in the chat, any Arsenal fan would not agree with you at all.
But by that, then would you? Because I don't. If you put in the same categories of the likes of Lewandowski as a superstar,
Mahrez, yeah, 100%.
Lewandowski, Mo,
yes,
Mo, nah,
wallahi,
nah.
Mahrez, Riyad Mahrez is a superstar.
Roberts Lewandowski.
Who do you think is a bigger legend at Bayern? Arjen Robben or Lewandowski? Equal. You don't have to choose one. Equal, right?
Robben because he won them that Champions League.
Yeah, but is it equal, right?
No. I think Robben.
Fine, Robben. I think that if Riyad Mahrez was Bayern Munich, would have had the same legacy as Robin or even better.
Oh, no, Mo, please. No. This is Iron Robin, man. Mo.
Better than Arjen Robin in football, without a shadow of a doubt. In everything, I think.
But there's
Riyad Mahrez
context with Robin, though. There's context.
I genuinely believe that Riyad Mahrez, in every single aspect of the game, apart from the speed, is better than Robin. Finishing.
No,
listen.
no.
You're like crazy.
No, I'm not crazy. Bro, Robin even though Liverpool never played against him, I used to hate that guy. Because he is just literally, you know what was going to happen. Cut inside, top bin. That's what he was, bro. Come on. This is Iron Robin we're talking about.
You guys watched highlights only. That's the problem with you. I watched Bayern Munich at that time.
No, bro. Don't do this.
I swear. Mahrez.
Even if you say the bigger legend, there's context with Robin because there are so many moments in the season before they won the treble that he himself believed that was the reason they cost him winning the league title and the Champions League. But then he came back and helped them win a treble. So there's context behind that. But Mo, Robin and Mahrez, but bro, Robin is one of the greatest right wingers we've seen in the modern era. Mo,
I think Salah is above Robin, broski.
But
Salah.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that.
Salah is above Robin. What are we talking about?
People say that you're biased, man. People say you're biased.
Me? So when why would I be biased against Robin than Mahrez? Why?
No, for Salah and Robin.
I could forget Salah. Like, why would I be biased for Riyad Mahrez? He's Algerian.
No, but I don't see how Robin is not better than Mahrez.
Because of ability, finishing, passing, vision.
Ability.
First touch, everything.
Ability,
yes.
Mo.
Yes, 100%. Riyad Mahrez is better than Robin.
Oh.
I swear to God.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree, man. I'm sorry. Robin and Mahrez is in the same conversation is a bit, you know.
Robin and Mahrez is definitely the same conversation. It's 100%.
Sorry. Robin is not better than Mahrez is a bit, you know.
It's not a bit something, bro. You're just waffling. But what about? Hold on. See, but there's no Saka in this conversation. That's what I mean by superstar. They have no superstars. So going back to Arsenal, they have no superstars.
And the argument is, and I don't know if you've rebutted it or not, maybe it's designed by the manager. The manager doesn't want a superstar.
Why wouldn't he want a superstar?
I don't know. Maybe
why wouldn't he want a superstar?
Well, I mean, he wanted Sesko over Robin, no? So, Robin. Sesko over Gyökeres. He wanted Sesko over Gyökeres. That's the manager that wanted him. I don't know what goes through his head. I don't know what goes through his head, but certain managers prefer not to have superstars, but rather they make the superstars. I don't know why, but they just want that. They just do that. And the fact that Arteta wanted Sesko before Gyökeres kind of moves to that point. I'm just saying. Brilliant. You just set off the chat. You set off the chat with the Robin and Mahrez thing now.
Anybody that thinks otherwise, they are... Okay, my point is, I think Mahrez is better. I think it's a conversation. But anybody that tells me it's crazy to have that take, I think they are crazy. Mahrez and Robin are very comparable. Career-wise, comparable. I think Mahrez even winning that season with Leicester, winning PFA Player of the Season, playing for Leicester City.
Longevity
is an achievement. Mahrez played very good at Leicester, played very good, won a treble with City, 5-6 years, very good.
But Robin was doing it a lot longer though. Since he broke through from Groningen and moved to Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea, yeah. But Mahrez, like, listen, for me, longevity, if you're going to compare 5 to 8, 9, 10 years or 12 years, that is, once the player hits like 5 years of being consistent, that is a player that is consistent, because there are other elements. How early you were discovered in your youth. You remember, Mahrez didn't go to Leicester until he was... So, like, it depends. But once you made it to the top level, if you're consistent throughout your career until you retire, that's good enough for me. Like, people that say, but Hazard was doing it at 19, well, it's not Salah's fault that he's Egyptian. Like, that's... Like, Mane. He played only 5 good seasons at Liverpool. Before that, it was Salah. But it's not Mane's fault that he's Senegalese. And by the time he was discovered and went to Southampton, Like he had to build his career.
No,
Come from-
he built his career in Salzburg.
Who?
Mane. Mane came from
Yeah,
Salzburg.
but Mane, you get my point about building your career at the top level, like winning trophies and going to Champions Leagues. It's not my fault that you join the top club later in your career. That is because of development, where you are from. People don't understand this. Thank you, David, for the super sticker. Really appreciate you. David, Jack is saying Arsenal tried to sign Isak and we're told where to go. Yeah, that's actually to debunk Ram's point about superstars. Arsenal wanted Isak. He was the number one target in the beginning, and then
I mean, all I heard last year, the summer was Sesko. I'm just saying. I don't know.
no, they wanted Isak. Arsenal wanted Isak. You know that. Arsenal don't have superstars. We have Najm Kabir. Superstar is that big star. Like and subscribe, guys. Hit that like button, people. Can we get to 300 likes live, guys? Guys, if we get to 300 likes, I can't do the giveaway now with Ram. But make sure to check out OK Jersey. I'm gonna do 3 giveaways within the next week or so for free shirts to you. But check out OK Jersey. Maybe put the code for Liverpool, bro. Did you see what people just not ruling out Liverpool from the title race? That's crazy. Actually, I actually believe that people are afraid to get clipped, so they don't say what they think.
I say what I think.
I know you do. The majority of the people that do YouTube or do punditry, they don't say what they think. Like, I don't feel that there is anybody today that sits down and watch Liverpool and think, yeah, this team will come back to challenge for the title or win the title.
I said I'm going to keep the same energy, Mo, unless something drastically changes or we have a miracle at this club. We're not winning the league.
So logically speaking, you believe that you current circumstances, you won't win the Premier League.
No.
Exactly this.
Yeah.
So I don't understand when people say that. Well, I don't know. Okay, you're waffling. I know you don't want to be. You don't want to be like. I hate it when people don't put predictions. I'm someone who people say, "Oh, you say a lot of things that are wrong," because sometimes I'm not afraid to put my neck on the line to say that. Oh, I think that Salah is this. I think City are that. I think Liverpool are this. Circumstances change, right? But current circumstances, I don't think that this Liverpool team, actually, I'm putting in mind that Isak has a groin injury.
Yeah, he does.
And we know that groin injury is a recurrent thing. We know that. He has a history of it. So for me, that is part of it. That is part of it. It's not only, I actually don't think it's the Liverpool fans, my friend. I actually think pundits. Oh, I can't rule them out of the title. I'm not talking about Arsenal fans. I'm talking about pundits that keep saying Liverpool are out of the title race.
Some pundits have said we're out.
Joe Cole, Lescott, Hargreaves. I can't rule that. They put the caveat of I can't rule them out
unless it's mathematically possible.
I'm like, what does that even mean? It's like, so are they? Do you think they have a chance of winning the title or not? I don't think they can match because of the swing. Is 2 swings. They have to swing the points tally between them and Arsenal, and they have to swing the point tally between them and City.
It's not even the swing. It's like I look at it logically in the sense of how many games we got left until the end of the season, and what is the percentage realistic?
27 games left. You already lost 5. How many can you lose?
And for me, Mo, realistically, do you think we'll win 20 out of 27?
I think even if you win, I think even if you win 20 out of 27, I think that might get you. Like, how many do you have now? 15 points.
18.
Like, I think 82, 83 points will not win you the title. So even if you win 20, draw 3 or 4, and lose 3, I don't think you'll win the league.
Being a good shot, I'd say. We'll be in a good shot of around the title
I think you might be below. I think you might be like 6-7 points behind them. But winning 20 for you is a lot of games. It's a lot of games. Like, I don't see anybody presenting me an argument that Liverpool will come back and win the Premier League.
I think the Liverpool pundits have. Because Fowler did. Carragher, I believe, done it as well.
No, but see these guys, it's easy to say that Liverpool, okay, Let me tell you, it's very easy for a Liverpool fan to say we're out of the title race. If you come back to the title race, you celebrate. Yeah, we brought it back. If you don't, you say I'm right.
Or
Right?
they're just trying to keep it as realistic as possible, man.
Some, but I'm telling you what is easy. The easy thing is to actually say we're out of the title race. The tough part, the tough thing is to say Liverpool will come back. Being positive is tough because there's only one choice for your club. Being positive, right, is the tough thing. To put your neck on the line and say Liverpool will win the title today, right, is hard. Why? Because there's only one choice, right? Saying that Liverpool will not win the title is the easy thing. Why? If you win it, you celebrate. It's your club. If you lose it, you say I'm right.
So so basically, by that logic, you just said I could be doing the exact same thing.
Say that again.
By that logic, you could literally say that I'm doing the same thing. Where I'm
I don't think you are, because I've spoken to you enough. You said that I think you're being realistic. I don't think you're being edgy. I don't think you're trying to take the easy route. You're looking at the circumstances ahead of you, and you are choosing to think that Liverpool are not in the title race. Like Osam. Osam tried so hard, me and him, to actually get to a reasoning to Liverpool will get back to the title, and we couldn't. It is impossible for someone to give me us, because from now on, it might get, there is a possibility it gets worse. There is a possibility of Konate sign a contract with a club in January. It's a very possible thing that we wake up end of January and Konate signed for X club. And you think his head is there? No, his head is not there. And especially because we're assuming that if Liverpool go back to being good, there will be a title race of pressure. So do you think a player that is playing for a different club will focus in a World Cup year when he signed a new contract with someone else? Impossible.
Maybe because it's World Cup year. And it's different when human nature, if say for instance you let go at work and you've got something in the pipeline and you've got like 4 weeks left, you're like F work. But then for a player, if you perform well, it's for your individual honors, your honors that you get. It looks better for your.
I think Salah's situation is going to develop. Saudi Arabia and Salah will develop between January and end of the season.
Yeah, I think he may go next season.
I don't think that Salah will get back to the point where Liverpool will say, yeah, we think we should keep you for 450k, right? And instead of and letting you go for a free next season, because we know Salah is not going to get his contract on you.
No.
This is it. So I think that Liverpool will think, yeah, we want to get rid of that 450. We want the 50, 60, 70, 80 million. You know what I mean? And instead of letting you go on free, so we go and try to get an Olise, a Rodrigo, like a Semenyo, someone from that ilk to replace him. You get my point? So I think all of these will play a factor. Number one, I think Arsenal and City are very stable to a point that there is not one player at Arsenal or City that are under threat comes January. No one is thinking about contracts in January for City and Arsenal. Like no one is sitting. It's nobody.
But I mean, we had 3 people that were running down their contracts last season, and we ended up winning the league title.
Yeah, but there was no title race. There was no pressure. It was easy. Like I'm assuming if Liverpool go back, there will be a 3-horse race, right? So there's a lot of pressure. Every game you're gonna win. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. Every game is focus. See, that is what I think, right? That is what I think where it is. Arsenal don't need superstars. We have good stars. No, I disagree. I think you do need a superstar. I genuinely believe one superstar in your front line, and it will make things much, much better for you.
Does their midfield have superstars? Obviously, Declan Rice would probably count as one, unpopular opinion. By some
difference. Okay, what I mean, I think Odegaard can be. You know what I mean? The front line need a difference maker. Like the majority of the big teams in the world, have that guy up top that is a difference maker. Lead the line. Some of them have 2. Like for example, last season, Barcelona had Rafinha, Ballon d'Or nominee, and I'm not saying Rafinha is a superstar, but his performances were superstar level in the champs, in the league. You know what I mean? Yamal was superstar. For example, you saw Bayern Munich. Olise was still new, but they had Harry Kane, who was fucking like breaking records. You know what I mean? Breaking records. Vinny Jr. and Mbappe at Real Madrid. Salah at Liverpool, a superstar that will like in instant will win you the game by himself, multiple. You know, these superstars. I'm gonna tell you something. I know that people don't like this. For the level where Milan won the league against Inter, Rafa Leao was that season was literally give me the ball at halfway line, we're scoring. Just give me the ball.
They got Zlatan as well. Zlatan.
He wasn't. At that time he was 40. He's 40. So
He's
what I
still
mean is someone that can make the
superstar.
difference. Lewandowski for Arsenal, for example, I think would be lethal. I know that a lot of Arsenal fans are so hesitant about signing a player at the end of their career because they like a project. I think sometimes it's not the end of their career. Like, look at Harry Kane. See, Bayern Munich said, we're going to take a bit on this guy. We'll take, 30 years old. Who cares? We'll get 4 years from him. 3 years. Who cares?
Yeah, but Lewandowski's not 30 years old, though, is he?
He's 35. I can give you
30.
one season.
He's 37.
I'm talking about before as well, like when he left Barcelona.
Oh, when he left.
When he left Bayern.
No, but he was going to Barca. He was going to Barca. That was the only choice.
Arsenal could have had Lewandowski as a striker instead of Kai Havertz and give him the wage.
They didn't have that. I don't think they had. They didn't have Champions League then, did they?
No, they did. When Kai Havertz played, it was the first season they played Bayern Munich.
No. When Lewandowski moved to Barca.
left. Yes, I think they had a Champions League at that time.
I thought it was 22-23 he left. He left.
Really? I can't remember.
Yeah, because I wanted Lewandowski to join us before we signed Nunez. Yeah, he left at 22. 2022 he left.
2022, so 21-22.
No, 22-23.
22-23. So 23.
Yeah, that's when they got knocked out by Sporting in the Europa.
Right.
So yeah.
Liverpool will make 4th place. Clip that, inshallah. I think that's a massive failure. I don't know. Liverpool fans are so chill about this that I found it really strange. They're so chill about that. If we make 4th, we're okay. And I'm like, I think that is crazy.
You know this was it the 6 stages of grief? Was it 6 or 7 stages of grief?
Yeah.
We're at the acceptance stage now. We're just accepted. We've accepted what it is. You know what I mean? So we can't really do much. But yeah, it's a failure. Only thing that can save us is that Champions League. If we win the Champions League,
I don't think you'll win the Champions League, bro. I'll be very surprised if you win the Champions League.
Of course you don't. You think Inter's going to win it?
I don't think so.
I don't think PSG are going to win it. Ever since Hakimi got injured,
I actually think that Bayern have a shot. Arsenal have a shot. I don't think PSG will win it. I don't think so.
Hakimi's out for the season. He's not.
I think I'm gonna keep it consistent. Yamal by himself can win Barcelona the Champions League.
You're doing the Gerrard thing. You know, you're doing the Gerrard thing. Because
you don't understand. I played Lamine Yamal last season. Allah al-Azim. Wait until you play Lamine Yamal. I swear to God. You play Lamine Yamal in these big games, Real Madrid, the Clasico, sometimes, like when he played in the Champions League. I swear to God. Every time the pass, Yamal is open, and I see a Barcelona player turning his body to pass to Yamal, I'm off my seat. I'm already shaking. He hasn't even got the ball yet.
But you kept on cussing DeMarco the entire time, being like, you can't handle Yamal.
It's not only him. Bastoni couldn't handle Yamal. Left side, the whole left side couldn't handle Yamal. I think you need, to be honest with you, your team need to play Lamine Yamal to understand when the guy is on it, every time he gets the ball, regardless of where he is on the pitch, Messi level, something is going to happen. He's about to fucking fuck up some shit and just do things.
Yeah. I played against Thanos Messi. In 2018-19, I played against Messi when he was like...
Yeah, but come on, you guys. Like, I remember the 3-0 and the 4-0, right?
Yeah. Bro, I remember that 3-0, bro.
I remember that both games, I actually felt bad for Messi for how shit the Barcelona forwards around him were. Bro, the guy was like doing everything, Messi. The rest of them, and Dembele's missing. I think Luares missed. I think what is going on?
That new camp free kick, I was like, yeah, this guy's good.
But that free kick is the biggest miss in football history. That free kick took a flick of Gomez's shoulder and nobody's talking about it.
I don't think it did.
Go watch it again. I
watched it several times, Mo. I don't think it did.
Bro, it took a flick over Gomez's shoulder. I bet everyone in the chat, go watch it again. That free kick took a flick of Gomez's shoulder from the angle, but I don't want to be like...
Brother, that was, even then, 99... It was in the The exact corner it had
promise
to
you.
be. It was in the exact corner. No goalkeeper was saving that. I had
It took a
Allison in
flick.
goal. I had Allison in goal. No goalkeeper was saving that. I'm sorry.
In recent history, I don't think there is any better free kick than Declan Rice's second one in the top corner, right foot against Courtois.
No, that
In
Messi,
my
I'm
opinion,
sorry.
in the recent like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, I have not seen a better free kick. The speed, because Messi, even if you say it didn't take a deflection of Gomez, it was placed, right? Declan Rice was placed and with power.
But that had power. That Messi one had power.
That Declan Rice one, I can watch it 50,000 times.
Please, I beg Mo, just watch the free kick again.
I will watch it.
That Messi free kick had so much power and so much curve.
Not as much as Declan Rice's. No, we're not gonna. We're not gonna do this.
No, I'm sorry, no.
My man here is Rodrigo will be Arsenal's superstar. Rodrigo's not a superstar, my man. My man, Rodrigo isn't a superstar, and I'm telling you this.
Can he become one though, Mo?
Well, I think Saka's better than Rodrigo, to be honest with you.
No, but Schneider wasn't a superstar at Real Madrid, then he became one at Inter.
Yeah, but okay. Schneider was great at that year. But bro, we had Eto'o, we had Milito, we had Zanetti. Bro.
Oh, you stop rewriting history, bro. Schneider was one of the best players in the world. In the world.
Yeah, I like Schneider is one of my favorite players because he won me the treble. You know what I mean?
I know.
He was great in the World Cup, to be honest with you.
That Champions League final, everyone was talking about Dutch.
No, Milito
Dutch.
was better, but Milito was better.
But before the game, everyone was talking about Schneider versus Robin. That was the big talking point between Inter.
You saw what Diego Milito did, bro.
That was weird. Bro. But you're missing the point.
Mo, I can't get Slot out or no Champions League next season. To actually say that Liverpool will not make the Champions League is a bit of a stretch. Because I don't see 5 teams better than Liverpool. You're not going to tell me Sunderland are going to make it ahead of Liverpool or Man United or Spurs or Bournemouth.
They better not.
It won't. It won't. Ram, which position you will strengthen next? Left back, center back, right back? You only have one option. Exclude left back.
Get Schlotterbeck.
How?
Get Schlotterbeck. He plays center back and left back. Sorted.
No, but your right center back needs reinforcement.
My right center back. Oh, then get Gahey. We'll get Bastoni.
Bastoni's not good as you guys think. He's not as good as you guys think. He's a left-footed center back. He can play left back though for you. He can play left back. Like in a back 2, what is he gonna play? I don't know.
I like the other guy though that you have. What's his name? Bissek.
He's good. It's good.
I like him.
He's not amazing. Yeah, he's not amazing.
But he can become better.
Mo, are we gonna talk about Egypt losing to Uzbekistan? I swear to God, Khairi, I only knew that Egypt played Uzbekistan today because you actually put a comment about it. I had no idea that Egypt played Uzbekistan.
There goes my bet.
What? You bet Egypt win against Uzbekistan?
Yeah. I mean, it was probably the most logical thing to do, though, no?
How? You should have asked me. No, bro. We're not.
Bro, it's Egypt. You got good players.
We don't. Have you seen the lineup? You don't know any of the lineups.
Remember, I did this last night. I didn't do it when I saw the lineup yet. Just saying. Who did you play? I guarantee I might know one player.
I don't know the players, bro. You think I know the players about my international team?
Bro, I can't even get the lineup.
I will know them in the World Cup, inshallah. That's about it. Guys, can we get the likes up? Guys. And you guys want to do the raffle? I can do the freaking giveaway now.
Hey, man,
but guys, check this, guys. Check this out, people. Come on. Check this out. I want pictures of you guys buying the shirts, guys. They're very affordable. I promise you this. And they're very, very good. So check them out. 8% discount. 8% discount. Come on.
Yeah, man. What are we doing here?
Anyway, I'm gonna. Okay. Anyway, guys, we got MHF in an hour with Dio, AA, and Joey. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. So check that out, people. Hit that like button, guys. At least give me to 200 likes. It's international break. It is tough doing content here and surviving in this international break is tough. So your support is needed by liking the video, at least.
Yeah, man. It's 300 people in the chat. What are we doing here?
Hit that like button, people. Let's get to 200 likes at least. Anyway, appreciate you, my man. Ram stand, guys. Put in the description.
That's all good,
The Ram.
It was unexpected, people. It's just Igal said some stuff. Had to confront him.
Well, I have Ashraf tomorrow, but that's different. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys on MHF with me and Osama and the rest of the panel. Hit that like button, people, before you go. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys there.